Well, I guess it's media day, so it's the season's starting. It's here. What are the emotions like as you head into the first game tomorrow? I know it's an exhibition. I know it's Bemidji State, but it's still game day for you. So what are those emotions like right now?
I'm really just excited to get back out there and compete with this new group. What we've been doing in practice so far, just bringing it onto the court. So my emotion is really just excitement.
Take me through the process. I mean, obviously one of the big storylines of the offseason was you decided to come back. It's been made it well chronicled that you had opportunities elsewhere and you chose to stay home and wear that Minnesota across your chest. Why?
I chose to wear this Minnesota across my chest just because I say this all the time, but it's so true. It just means something to me. Every single time I walk out that tunnel and I got this Minnesota across my chest, it's a great sense of pride. And being able to do it with a great group of guys is something that gives me great purpose in life, and I can't wait to do it for another year.
What was the offseason like for you just in terms of making sure your body was right and getting ready for this year? I know that a lot was made of winter's week and doing the conditioning. You had the 8 weeks of summer workouts. Just what was that whole process like of gelling this team together?
Yeah, it was a great process. Going back to Winter's Week as well, we suffered as a team together, so it really brought us close together. We've been super close. Not to say we weren't close before that, but it brought us even closer together. And, my team, the Red Rockets, myself, Eric Reeder, Grayson Grove, and Caden Betts took away the championship. So that was a great feeling, and it's always good to win.
What's it like to wake up on a morning when it's game day? I know tomorrow's a noon start, it's a little bit earlier. So what is it like when you wake up and it's game day?
It's just a feeling that you can't really describe. Honestly, it's a mix of good nerves, excitement, and just you've done a whole lot of preparation. So it's just time to go out there and kill.
This team has a chance to do something pretty special this year. You won 19 games last year. You won 9 league games. You went to Butler in the NIT and you won a big game there. What's the next step for this team? I know that NCAA tournament is always the word at the start of the year. So what are the goals, or what steps does this team take this year?
Yeah, like you said, the goal is the NCAA tournament. We got a lot of guys in their last year, so it's a heightened sense of urgency, and I can feel that and see it every single day in practice. But the steps to get there is just to have the best practice today. It's always just the current day that you got to worry about, and then tonight have a good walkthrough, and then tomorrow go out and kill versus Bemidji State and just get better with ourselves. And start worrying about opponents and start preparing for them, but mostly just worrying about ourselves because we know what we've got in the locker room.
You set some pretty lofty goals for yourself. I think in a chat with us during the summer, you said you want to be first team All Big Ten, you want to be an All-American. So what goes into that, and if that happens, that means you guys are probably doing pretty good this year. So just what went into setting those lofty goals?
I feel like it's just goals that I have every single year for myself. I feel like I was just asked the questions, and so I just kind of answered them. But I'm not really. I know that if we're winning games and everybody's playing well, all those things are going to take care of ourselves. I'm not going to look too deep into it. Just take it a day at a time and just get my best effort out there and go out and just try to kill every game.
Do you have like any rituals or superstitions for game day that you do to get yourself mentally ready? I know athletes sometimes tend to be superstitious and have like certain things they do. Like, is there anything you do that could get yourself locked in?
I don't have any superstitions or anything like that, but rituals, yeah. I mean, I listen to music before games, so that gets me locked in and ready to go.
Okay. We talked a little bit about your process of staying home and coming back for one last year. Just what was that conversation like with Ben when you said, I don't have any interest in going to these other schools. I want to stay home for one more year. What was that conversation like with Ben?
Yeah, I remember I texted him just how to go about, making it public that I was coming back. And then I called him, or he called me right after, and he was just pumped, excited. And I went into the facility after, and him and Thor came and dapped me up, gave me a big hug, and just said they were super excited for this next year, and that they respect me a lot for having a pride and a belief in Minnesota.
Have you allowed yourself to think after the season's over what your future holds? I know I'm sure a goal of yours is to play in the NBA or have some sort of career in basketball. Just what is that process like, and have you allowed yourself to think there yet?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think about it from time to time, but I try not to. Like you said, the main goal, every hooper's dream is to get to the NBA, just play professionally. So, I love the game of basketball, so it's something I want to continue to do for sure. But right now, I guess, I'm just kind of worried about the season, and after the season, we'll see what happens.
What's it like to be able to share this final year? Like we talked about having the maroon and gold in the Minnesota in your chest, but what's it like to be able to share that with a Parker, with Grayson, with Isaac, with Lukai, some other Minnesota guys that are on this roster? What's it like to be able to share that final year with them?
Yeah, it's great. It's amazing just because a lot of people got brought together that you didn't think that you would ever get the chance to play with. Like me and Lukai have been playing against each other since we were in third grade. So, I've been seeing him around, and Isaac and Grayson, the young guys coming in. I didn't think I was going to be here for my 5th year. I didn't think I was going to be playing with guys, and in that young of a class. So it's just a surreal and really great experience.